This episode of the Tom Retro Chronicle is brought to you by the song called Exhilarate by the artist called Kevin MacLeod. To check out more royalty-free music, check out incompetech.com. Oh yes, just listen to this. A 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5. It is the Tom Retro Chronicle with your host called Tom Retro.
Looking good, baby!
Tom Retro is also known as the Retro Guy and has a very interesting angle on things like sports, music, movies, books, and pretty much mostly life. He has a WordPress account, a very funny Twitter account, and overall a very interesting guy. Yeah. And also has very interesting interviews like me, Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah. So let's head it to our very own very special host called Tom Retro. Listen to that. Oh God, yes. And welcome, my friends, to the show that never ends. This is episode 26 of the Tom Retro Chronicle. Hope you all are doing doing pretty good out there. I'm taping this on a pretty late Wednesday evening here in Fargo, North Dakota. Pretty much had the day off today, as I pretty much said before in the previous podcast. So it was pretty much a pretty lazy day for me. I did go outside for a little bit and got away from the apartment a little bit earlier tonight. Had some pizza. Pretty much just enjoyed the whole experience of it. So don't get a whole lot of days off this week, just only today, and then pretty much a closing shift on Friday, which is, essentially I'm off for pretty much most of the day until I have to go into work, which starts about at 5 or something like that. So, yeah, so not too bad of a deal there. Back to school, as I said before, is pretty much going on as we speak. Quite a few experiences with that, so probably I'll talk about that, and possibly maybe what my idea of what I look for in pretty much a woman, you know what kind of a list of the things that I kind of would like to have in a woman for a girlfriend. So I'll probably talk about that a little bit later on. So chances are you'll be probably hearing this on Thursday, as I'm still recording this at about 9:35 p.m. my time, Central Daylight Time. Let's get started, I think. So let's get started on the first topic. Alright, so pretty much as I said before, it's pretty much back to school season, getting backpacks, school supplies, getting new shoes for the school year, and then some new clothes, maybe a new jacket sometime later on, I suppose. But I don't know, to me, the whole back to school season usually for me started pretty much around this time when I was a lot younger, about about good 10 to 15 years ago. So pretty much a pretty long time ago. Even then, I was I wasn't exactly too thrilled about school starting up again. I was kind of more of those kids that were kind of wanting to have summer last forever and such, not have to go to school, all that kind of stuff. But, essentially, there's sirens going off, but so I'm sorry about that awkward pause. But essentially, back to school shopping was kind of a meh. It wasn't exactly an enjoyable time. It was probably an enjoyable time for my parents, but probably not for me. But I guess I'll probably experience what they felt when they were when they were when they were probably in their 30s or 40s. I'm pretty sure they were like, yes, finally the kid is going back to school. Now I don't have to worry about him being out on the streets or something, trying to sell lemonade all day. uh, but yeah, pretty much usually get your school supply list fairly early on in August, and then pretty much just got more of a hassle of, I don't know. I always thought school supply shopping was alright, I guess, but pretty much the clothes shopping that was not really that exactly the most fun part. I mean, when I was in high school, probably I was a little bit interested in trying to determine the fashion for me, even though it was kind of more of my decision than really my parents' decision. I mean, if I didn't like something and they liked it, then pretty much it would be a no-go. But if I liked it and they generally liked it, then it was gonna be a good go. A good show. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. To me, notebooks they weren't that much of a hassle. I mean, certainly parents try to know what's best for their children, but I don't know. To me, it kind of seems like they want to have them be something that they don't want to be. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. For me, I used to hate the idea of like getting jeans. When I was a kid, at least if I remember right, I didn't really like the idea of getting blue jeans. Pretty much, I don't know. I just didn't really want to. I guess when you're a little bit older, I guess you really realize how cool blue jeans are, and pretty much I wear them pretty much up to this day, unless I'm working. So, probably also another thing I didn't really exactly care for all that much was long sleeve sweatshirts. I don't know, there was just something about them that I just didn't really care for. You know, maybe they showed you a little bit more that they wanted to feel. I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. It felt to me that sweatshirts try to make you look more fatter than you really want to be. You know. That's why I guess I prefer like pretty much just a jacket with a shirt under it, so I don't really get all that cold. But when it comes to sweatshirt, long sleeve sweatshirts, it's just meh. I just don't really care for it. It's just I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Shoe shopping. Shoe shopping was kind of the more interesting phase. Probably said this about a couple of episodes before, but Boy, shoe shopping was kind of a kind of a hassle because I couldn't exactly remember what my size was, or at least, I mean, if I was going to get a new shoe or something as a kid, pretty much by the time I wanted to get one, pretty much um, the whole showing of what size I was. Like if I was a size 6, then pretty much that would have been faded away to basically at least nothing. So I had to figure out what exactly what size that I really need, So, and I guess I guess the reason why I'm in shoes, I guess I'm not really sure why this is, but I probably certainly feel just about as bad for the kids as the parents. I mean, the kids are pretty much have to get these new shoes because their parents want them to, and because their old shoes are pretty much almost dead, dead to the beyond of extinction. It's and they have to figure out what size would fit best for the kid. Do they have to go down a half a size to basically match up for like laceless shoes, or half a size up, or are they pretty much ready to go on to the next stage? Like if they're like from, I don't know, like a size 8 in the kids, are they ready to go up to basically a woman's size 6, or like a size, oh god, I don't remember what sizes for boys we would have in our store, but I think it was like a size 7, something like that. And pretty much the parents had to figure out whether if they were ready to go up to the men's size 7. You know what I mean? But so I don't know. I kind of felt bad for both parties because because chances are, for the parents' sake, these kids are outgrow their shoes in about a couple months, and then they have to buy new shoes, which might end up lasting not all that long. But and then for the kids' sake, pretty much they have to put on these millions of shoes on their feet and try to determine what fits best for them, and yeah, just just not a good time. Not a good time in the year for being a kid, I suppose, but I don't know. To me, pretty much once I got over the fact that I had to pretty much be at school for pretty much the rest of my childhood and into my adolescence, I was just like, fine, let's go shopping. Let's do this stuff that we have to do in order to for me to be ready for the next 9 months or so of school. To prepare for books, for tests. Yeah. Certainly teachers dirty books, I suppose, but I don't know. I didn't really get all that much in trouble in school. At least, well, I'll just leave it at that. In terms of elementary school through high school, I was pretty much a good seed. I wasn't a teacher's pet by any stretch of the imagination, but I was pretty much a good seed. Yeah. See, what else? Usually after pretty much the school shopping was done, pretty much spent good. Especially when I was older, when I didn't really have my father with us, with the family. Pretty much, my mother and I kind of grew into pretty much a deep got more of a deep relationship. When pretty much a good example of that was pretty much having lunch together on Saturdays. Usually, it was pretty much a good idea to have lunch together to discuss stuff. I mean, all we did was just talk about, pretty much just talk about stuff what has happened in the past week. Looking forward to other events like school, perhaps maybe I don't know, Christmas, and pretty much we still do to a certain degree. I mean, pretty much I'm out doing my own thing. Pretty much as of today, I'm pretty much doing my own thing, and my mom's doing her own thing. So we're, I mean, pretty much we're not exactly close as we used to be probably in the past 5 years, but we still have that pretty much a good relationship. So yeah. I don't know if this topic's really made any sense to pretty much anybody, but that's pretty much my thoughts about the whole back to school season. Pretty much usually once the back to school ads come in, pretty much as a kid, pretty much your whole thought process is, yep, pretty much the end of the road is coming up. And back to the old drawing board, writing on chalk. Actually, I don't remember the last time I ever had to write something, or at least a teacher write something on a chalkboard. Probably it was like elementary school, probably. Because I think pretty much by the time I got to middle school, which is a whole different story, pretty much we went to marker boards, and it was pretty much no more screeching. God, I used to hate screeching. I still do hate the sound of screeching like nails to a chalkboard. Oh God, that sounds so awful. Oh man, but yeah, I can't really think of anything else. Well, possibly once I'm a little bit older, get a girlfriend, and that maybe who eventually becomes my wife. Then we have maybe a kid or two, but preferably maybe one kid. Maybe we'll probably have the experience of feeling relief that summer's done, no more kids out of our hair for pretty much the rest of pretty much the most of the day. Yeah, so it's a little crazy process, I suppose, but well, hey, something's gonna happen. It's the circle of life, right? So, on to the next topic, since I can't really think of anything else to mention in this one. Yeah. So, I'm not sure what I'm gonna exactly go through with this topic, but in general, pretty much just a few notes. One, this is pretty much my whole feel what I want, preferably in pretty much a partner, pretty much a romantic relationship or something like that. And two, pretty much, this is pretty much the truth, and I'm not gonna back down of anything. Pretty much, I'm just gonna say what I need to say about this topic, and pretty much if you don't really exactly like it, pretty much you can take it up with the I don't really give a crap police. So that's pretty much all I really have to say about that. So anyway, let's talk about this topic. Pretty much what I look for in a female partner. Okay, so pretty much pretty much the first thing I really look at first when I really see um, a woman is pretty much her face. Pretty much like any other guy who has pretty much a brain with the brain size bigger of a pea would pretty much look at a female's face first and really just about anything else, any other part of her body. But pretty much usually the face I usually look first. Usually pretty much the side if she's attracted enough by pretty much a few things. I don't know, to me personally, if you're blonde, you're cool. I like blondes. But if you're a brunette, somehow or another, my opinion of you as an attractive person has pretty much skyrocketed because I don't know, I have a thing for brunettes and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I'm brown haired, who knows. But brunettes are pretty much cool in my books, or blondes, red haired girls, sure, why not? Not sure about redhead girls, but they're okay in my book. But I don't know, personally, personality wise, I want someone that's down to earth. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm pretty much a pretty reasonable guy. I usually speak the truth when I pretty much have to. And pretty much, I think if people value that trait, honesty, and pretty much down to earth is pretty much what I always look for. I mean, pretty much a person that's not really exactly way up in the sky that they can't be touched or anything like that, but pretty much like a I don't know how to say this, but like a normal human being, like who pretty much knows what they want, they're not exactly as cryptic to decipher as possibly maybe some other women, I suppose, but I usually try to look for the pretty much the down to earth intelligence. Intelligence is a pretty big thing on my list. I mean, pretty much you have to be intelligent to to breathe, but and all that sort of stuff. But in terms of intelligence, I suppose just have common sense. At least have have common courtesy to other people. I'm not really that much of a huge person on drama. I mean, if you're a girl that personally doesn't want to start drama or cause a scene, then pretty much, yeah. You know what I mean? Let's see what else. Let's see. Boob size doesn't really matter that much to me. I mean, certainly if you have boobs, sure, why not? But my God, I knew this topic was gonna be a little bit awkward, but how much awkward? I just don't really mind that much. In terms of tan, I mean, if you're tan, I don't really exactly. If you go tanning that much, I don't really exactly care that much. I mean, if you're pretty much as pale as snow, pretty much, you're still fine. Just you're still pretty cool with me. But I mean, I guess I am pretty pale, somewhat. But I mean, if you look like an Oompa Loompa, then just no. I don't really exactly really think that would be the right idea for me to get into with that sort of a relationship with a woman. Let's see what else. Um, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going with this topic. I'm pretty sure there's some other things I want to talk about. In terms of sense of humor, I mean, if a woman can laugh at my jokes just about as much as I would, then definitely I would probably try to look into that as something, as a possible, you know, relationship getter. I value humor pretty much about as much as anybody else. In terms of a relationship, let's see what else. Honesty, hardworking, I suppose. Um, let's see what else. Caring. Um, I don't know. I guess maybe someone that has been in the same shoes as me. When it comes to loss, the pain of loss. I don't know. Maybe some sort of common ground on that sort of thing, I suppose. But I don't know. That's pretty much all I can really think of in terms of a woman. In terms of height, pretty much I'm 5'9", so if there's usually I tend to like to have my women be a little bit shorter than me, but not really, really short, some guys are built differently, some girls are built differently, but usually I prefer a woman that's got more of, pretty much more of, a little bit shorter. If she's a little bit taller than me, I'm cool with it. In terms of weight, if you look like a skeleton, no, I just don't. I don't think really any guy would really want to do that. Get involved with that sort of thing, in terms of a relationship kind of thing. But as long as you don't see your feet, as long as you can't see your feet or look like a skeleton, you're fine with me. I'm pretty much. If in terms of attractiveness, in terms of eyes, kind of the blue hazel combination for me. So I guess maybe brown eyes would be pretty good. Possibly blue, kind of any color. I've never really seen. I don't think I've ever seen a girl with green eyes. That'd be kind of interesting to see. Kind of, just a look into a girl's eyes, those green eyes. But I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Man, I'm quite surprised why I haven't blushed. Why I haven't blushed yet. Why? No idea. But yeah. I don't know. That's pretty much my whole idea of what a woman. If I was to date a woman, that would be kind of my sort of list to take a look at for a possible romantic partner. So I'm not sure. Of course, pretty much this is just really only a list. Pretty much the chances of me finding this exact person that I just described to you is pretty much not really all that good. Pretty much it's an interesting take on it, but But that's pretty much my whole entire list of what I think I should would like would like to have in a partner. So I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head. I don't know. Other than the boob size, I guess that's pretty much what I would look for in a girl. Even though guys biologically, through no fault of their own, look at a woman pretty much from her breasts and just ultimately determine if she's a worthy um, person to have kids with. I don't know, it's just kind of weird, but that's pretty much my whole idea of that, as I pretty much already said over and over again. And it looks like I have a voicemail on my machine, so we will listen to that coming up next on the next topic. So, pretty much as I said before, this is pretty much a voicemail message. I'm not exactly sure who sent me this message, but I think it probably is someone I should know. But hopefully it's someone that that isn't like a telemarketer or something like that. So here it is. What's the message? Yes. This is Steven Seagal. I don't know if you know me, but I hope this is Pizza Hut. I'd like to order God, what is it? It's a pepperoni pizza. You know those things called pizzas. You put the sauce, pretty much pepperoni on that. That's what I prefer pour. That's what I prefer in my pizza for this order. This isn't Pizza Hut. Oh, shit. This isn't Pizza Hut. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tom. Oh, my gosh. I just don't know what to think of right now. I thought this was Pizza Hut. I thought you guys had, like, totally two different numbers. But I guess you guys have, like, the same number or something. But, I know you haven't seen any of my movies, Tom. And that really makes me sad. Because I'm Steven Seagal. And you should really see my movies. If you don't see my movies, I will beat you. Beat you with a monkey paw. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Anyway, congrats on the second season for your podcast, Tom. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. If this is Pizza Hut again, I'm sorry, but I prefer that pizza with pepperoni. No, none of that pineapple shit that you tried to pull on me last week. After I tried to dismember the driver's arm, I tried to disarm the person, and I eventually got my money back from the owner, who eventually was put out of his misery, and then I went to his funeral disguised as a shepherd. Yeah. Yeah, this is awkward. Okay. I will see you maybe possibly sometime later, Tom. Yeah. So, peace out. Bye. Wow. Wow. I didn't know Pizza Hut, and I had pretty much the same similar numbers. That's a very interesting thought. I should really change my number though. But I haven't seen a whole lot of Pizza Hut with a lot of Pizza Hut locations with my number on it, but kind of weird to say the least. Okay, so pretty much in terms of an episode of this caliber, I am pretty much done with it. Finito. So I will see you all possibly maybe. I think I have a day off on Monday. On Monday. Wait, actually, I think I work on Monday. Let's see. Maybe sometime next week. I will have to let you know about that. I will let you know about that, and hopefully the NFL preseason is somewhat getting a little bit juicier. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna talk about other than sports. I mean, pretty much the last few podcasts have been kind of lacking in terms of sports commentary and stuff. So I really hope that I can finally talk about something that I kind of want to do. So in terms of this podcast, I am finished. I hope you all have a nice rest of your weekend. Hopefully, you have a good weekend. I will see you all next week. Later.